Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL. I'm excited. We beat the Rebel flagship on the last episode. I didn't actually get the other layouts, so I am going to play as the Kestrel, and I am going to play on easy. After I recorded like 5 hours of FTL last night, I then, of course, naturally played like another 4 hours and stayed up till 2 in the morning, just being, because this game is so freaking good, and I'm glad that it is, but sometimes I wish I wasn't. We'll depower the medbay so we can at least power up Burst Laser for this fight. Wait a minute. Well, we have to do this. Cry, nobody cares that you're playing half-minute hero. Oh, you can't see that on my Steam overlay, that's okay. Disregard. Well, we're just gonna take this beam on the face then, and that's gonna be bad, but hopefully our Burst Laser charges up faster than their beam does. That's debatable. Yeah, that's an issue, right there. That's a problem. Wonder if we can get this person to repair it quickly. I should still win the fight, but that was kind of unavoidable damage because we're in one of those ion storms that halves your reactor power. But in any case, what I was trying to get at is I was trying to unlock some new ships last night in FTL. Didn't actually succeed, but I did try out some new weapon combinations, which is awesome. Obviously, weapons are the kind of thing that, you know, they vary situationally, depending on the run that you're having, but hopefully we'll be able to try out some new ones here. Although, you know, honestly, on easy, the Artemis plus Burst Laser combination seems to work totally fine. We did take out their beam there, which was really scary, and we'll be able to move on. I've also kind of, patented is the wrong way to put it, but I've kind of gotten entrenched in this strategy of, like, saving as much scrap as possible, and then upgrading either A, when we need to, or B, at the end of a sector, just in case there's something amazing in a store, because the greatest successes I've had, oh, alien spiders, oh no, we lost our pilot. Okay, we'll send our weapons crew over there. I was talking to Arumba and Mathis about that event, and I think Arumba and I were on the same page, which is like, whenever we see that, we always send the crew members down to try to deal with the alien spiders. Sure, we'll take their fuel, and that gives us a quest marker as well. I always do the alien spider event, and I never should, because the rewards that you get are so minor compared to the actual, the risk involved, and losing our crew member is actually really annoying, but we have enough scrap, and we'll gain enough scrap to basically buy as many as we need as well. Okay. What do we do on this run? Well, they do have the ability with double beams to do some serious damage, so I am gonna launch... Artemis charges up so quickly that I want to launch it on, like, their drone control unit first, basically. And we actually shot down their drone, so I didn't really need to waste a missile there, but that's okay. They will not be able to get through our shields with what I assume is a pike beam. We'll just get our burst laser pretty much auto-firing. Oh, we didn't shoot down their drone, it just exploded. Or maybe both happened, actually? No, both couldn't have happened because the drone control unit is red. Got it. So I'm just auto-firing the burst laser. We should be fine for now. I think I am coming to the point where I feel comfortable turning easy off. And I don't think that we're going to win when we turn easy off. I don't think we're even going to come super close. But I do think that there is the potential to kind of like start building up that skill as well. But for now, 2 fuel, 10 scrap. And the quest beacon is pretty close, but we're just jumping as much as we can in between. Probably not going to have to deal with boarding. So I'm thinking, yeah, of course go looking for the rebel ship. I'm probably not going to have to deal with boarding. So what I'm thinking is why don't we just... not upgrade our doors yet, and see if maybe at the quest beacon we find a store, and then at the store we're able to buy an augmentation or something. Have we reached the point yet in the English language where we don't say augmentation anymore, we just say augment? Eventually we're gonna hit aug, I'm pretty sure, but like, it felt weird for me to say augmentation. I'm like, what am I, like a 90-year-old man? Trying to fly a Spitfire over the Ardennes or something like that. I mean, no disrespect, obviously, the greatest generation, but it's one of those words that feels older. Come on, Grandpa, what are you talking about with your augmentations? Next, you're gonna be saying hello and shit like that. Now we just wave and go, and the parlance is basically the same. The sentiments all there. No, jump imminent. I don't want to hear that. There we go. We killed them. That was not the quest beacon. So that's fine, we at least got scrap for it, and we'll come to the quest and see if we get something wonderful here. Decent amount of scrap, but not really much else. Can we jump to the exit from there? We can indeed. I'll caffeinate as we read this event. Intervene to defend the outpost. Again, always want to get involved in combat as soon as possible. At least on easy, and maybe in general. That's one of the things that, like, I already kind of ascribe to that philosophy, but like going to red sectors has also been a very important part of my... I don't want to say oh, I fired Artemis by accident. That was stupid. I keep forgetting that Artemis is in the #1 slot. I should switch this around so that I know when to fire the burst laser instead of the Artemis, because I don't want to waste missiles. But in any case, yeah, going to red sectors has helped me a lot in being as successful as I've been, which is not very, but still. It gives us more scrap and thus lets us get better benefits. But anyway, more scrap again. Lots of scrap, 150. I'm just jumping here to basically see if there's a store around us. If there's not, though, we'll make some wholesale upgrades to our ship after this sector. We got a quest marker here. We can still do this, believe it or not. We can still get them to the quest marker and leave the floor intact, or leave the sector intact. It's the horse ones that gave us a crew member, which we can then put on our weapons. So, you know, if you look at this as in changes to our, like, net changes to our crew over the course of this sector, floor, etc., then it's pretty good. We replaced a human with an Engi, which is good for diversity, and also getting that next level of the, or next layout for the Kestrel ship. However, we could have had an Engi in addition to 3 human crew members, which would obviously be better. So they're going to try to get away, and if they get away, they're going to warn the rebel fleet of our position, which actually scares the shit out of me. Because, if they warn the rebel fleet, I'm pretty sure that their pursuit will double, and if their pursuit doubles, they might be able to catch me before I actually get to that beacons. Oh my god, what is your problem, Ruka? Just relax. The cats are always meowing all the time, and then I assume that cats react, or, you know, behave the same way as, like, humans, which is probably silly. But I'll be like, yo, what's wrong? Who's dying? And then they're just like, no, we just wanted to meow. And I'm like, really? Really? Like, I just looked at him. He's just laying down on the ground here. Oh, the other cat's under the bed. That's what it is. It's like, he's under the bed. Okay, that's fine. I can't fit under there. Well, I'm sorry about that. You're older. You know, you're larger. That's just the way it works. So, first bar of doors, definitely. We'll also get a couple bars of engine power and the reactor power to back it up. And basically the same thing on our shields. So we got a second bar of shields, 2 extra bars of engine power, and the second level of doors there. I'd say that's pretty good. This is actually a pretty not fantastic layout, but we can chart a course that avoids all nebulas at least. I would go to a nebula if it lets me hit more high-value sectors later, but so be it, right? Now, definitely gonna look to accrue some scrap here. We're very powerful, so it would just be nice to be able to get, so we went into the Zoltan study, and they're like, what, you're gonna use Engis as invaders? Well, you know, I'm not the greatest FTL player of all time, but I think that's a really silly decision. We'll see if they're actually able to damage our oxygen. They might be able to. Ooh, I love that the game, I'm assuming, it's planned that way. That, you get, like, so very, very close to losing that first level before things, work out for you. They have a really nasty ship here, actually, that I would love to use Artemis against, but just obviously can't justify. It's right outside your door now, justify. No, I can't justify using Artemis because it would just bounce off their energy shield, but they have so many freaking lasers. Okay, now we can use Artemis, and we'll try to get that on weapons. They still got to shoot, but our dodge chance helped us out a lot there. I should have locked these guys in, but I was focusing on other things. Fortunately, unfortunately, whatever. So they're all gonna die. I mean, the Engis are screwed already. We'll close the doors, wait for the oxygen to come back, open up all interior doors, everybody go back to your rooms, and there we go. Their weapons are completely out. Oh, I didn't mean to... This is why I should never change the order of my weapons. I'm firing way too many missiles. Let's just relax on that, and we'll be okay. By the way, I apologize if the audio-video stuff is a little bit different in this episode. I'm using a different recording method. Just because, basically, my hard drive is having some issues, so I'm recording on a different hard drive with a different piece of software, but that's okay. We have, unfortunately, a Zoltan energy cruiser. It's a problem because they have a shield, but their energy shield should basically completely get taken out by asteroids. Mind you, you know, we have shield problems of our own. As you can see, our weapons, well, one level of weapons just went offline. I'm not firing burst laser until their energy shields go down. Should happen, like, right now, basically. No asteroids are gonna hit them? There we go. Then we go on their weapons. Luckily that asteroid missed us. Keep in mind that asteroids have, like, the same, basically the same chance to miss as a missile or something would if it came in, or a shot from a laser or something like that. So, there we go. That completely took out their shields, and they're gonna die to an asteroid strike. So that went pretty well. It's probably the only context where that will ever make sense. They died to an asteroid strike, so that's pretty good for us. We're gonna ignore this store, because I don't think I could... you know what? I actually could go to the store and get out, but I don't have enough scrap to really buy anything that I want, but we'll see if maybe there's like one laser weapon or something, or an ion weapon that I want to buy. Let's see. They only have one page. They have a backup battery. We can, I'm gonna buy a mind control system by selling the system repair drone. And that's all we really need to do. So I think that's pretty good. And we'll depower our engines 1. Mind control is really useful. But in order to use it really effectively, we're gonna need to either upgrade our sensors or send someone into the sensor room. And I think for now, I'm just gonna send our engineer into the sensor room. That way we'll actually get second level of sensors for free. And we'll be able to use mind control. Otherwise, we would not be able to because we wouldn't be able to see inside of the ship. So, what do we mind control here? I would say mind controlling the pilot always seems really good because it distracts some other people. And it really, really lowers their dodge chance. So, I like that. And we'll focus on upgrading our mind control as well as time goes on. Burst lasers gotta hit their weapons. Oh, thank God that missed. And I really, really do not like taking points away from evasion. Because... well, taking power away from our engine, I should say, because that's the only defense we have to missiles. And, missiles are obviously, as you might expect, a very, very serious threat to me, so... what are we gonna mind control next? We're gonna mind control one of the people trying to repair the weapons, just because we're dicks like that. Oh, wait. No, we'll mind control the pilot again, why not? And then that'll force maybe somebody to go into combat with him. In hindsight, probably should have mind controlled, the... dude who actually just repaired the weapons, but whatever. No big deal, they're still screwed. And actually now they're going to fight the pilot and they're trying to escape. Best of luck with that, given the situation you're in. I guess my mind control didn't last very long. We're gonna try to go on the piloting system here, and if we miss, then we will... They repair so quickly with that drone. Okay, then we'll have to shoot the piloting system with a missile. It worked, okay, so I didn't want to use a missile, but I also didn't want them to escape, so we got 2 missiles back for that. That feels pretty good. And again, save some scrap. We'll get the next level of mind control if possible. Next level of drones. Yeah, lone survivor. We'll invite him to join our crew. And we get a Rockman. So again, keep in mind that one of the things we want to get done here... Next level of sensors is only 25. Okay, so we'll get that so that our engineer can go back into the weapons room. Because we don't... like, having someone on the sensors is not a priority if we have second level sensors already. But anyway, yeah, keep in mind one of our secondary objectives is basically get 6 different species on board. And if we get 6 different species on board, then we'll unlock the second level layout, which would be nice. But for now... Let's see what we've got here. We got some missiles. Oh, no, we just have a couple of lasers. That's not so bad. Let's mind control... Let's mind control the pilot again, just to basically screw their dodge chance. And it always, like, it basically takes out 2 people. 3 in this case. What is it? That's an anti-personnel drone. 3 people in this case because it took out their drone as well. But anyway, or it didn't take out, but it annoys their drone. So they're going to have to kill their crew member. So it's basically like 1 free crew dead. And then in addition to that, you know what? We're just going to... I should have shot on the piloting system instead. That's fine. I really don't want to use a missile if possible. We shouldn't have to. But yeah, I'm really starting to focus on killing crew more than I used to. Getting sensors up quickly enough so you can actually just make yourself a serious nuisance to the other crew members, I think, is pretty important. We're going to mind control some of the people repairing right now, and then we're going to shoot burst laser on weapons just so they can't retaliate. There we go. Well, he didn't stay mind controlled for too long. As a result, unfortunately, of the fact that he had basically no health. I should have mind controlled the other one, but I didn't really have a choice in the matter. I like mind control just because it's so disruptive. Alright, so they're going to try to escape. That's going to be really hard with the piloting system not working. And we're not going to accept surrender because there's a store near here. And I want to get as much scrap as possible. So, doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? It kind of does matter what we hit here. I'm going to try to go on the weapons with the burst laser. There we go. And it killed them. But if we'd only hit it once, then it would have just killed the crew member, which would have been fine as well. Would have obviously impacted their chances for success. Let's go to the distress beacon. Higher risk, higher reward, ideally. Hail them, and we're going to have to fight. That's fine. Remember, we can't mind control through shields, so... they have an ion stunner and a missile. This is like a situation where I kind of feel like we should up our dodge chance as much as possible. So I'm going to depower Artemis for now. And we'll get our dodge chance a little bit higher, because being able to dodge either the ion stunner or the missile would be really nice. That definitely landed on our shields and completely took them out. And this guy's stunned, so we're actually going to send the NG in here to repair this as soon as possible. I don't know how long he's going to be stunned for. We can now get Artemis online. Oh, here comes another missile. Missed. Okay, important. Very, very important. Come on, burst laser, you can do it. There we go. Energy shields are down, so we will fire an Artemis in there. We'll also, let's go on the pilot. We'll get the mind control on the pilot, and we need shields back up. Okay, you go back in here. You know, that was a bit of a crisis, but I think it was managed properly. Did you already fired on the weapons? Good. Miss, miss, miss. It hit our sensors. That's not that big of a deal. We'll send the engineer after it. We've pretty much still got this under control. Burst laser now on maybe oxygen, just so they have no chance to basically recover from this in time. And actually, you know what we should have done is shoot on the piloting system, because if we shot on the piloting system, we could have killed both of them, but whatever. You go back to where you belong. I fired more missiles and should not have, but it's okay. They're in a very, very bad position here, as you can probably tell. And as a result, we pick up, yeah, maybe like 50 scrap total. Enough to make me feel confident going to the store, even though it's going to cost us some fuel to go the other way around as well. What do we have? Long-range scanners, crew members. Unfortunately, we already have all of these types of crew members. Battery charger. I think we just buy some fuel and leave. I hate to do it, but I have to do it, because I'd rather just upgrade, actually. Upgrade, like, mind control to level 2. But we'll see what we have at this exit first. I still think this sector was pretty good. Just getting the mind control unit is really nice. Let's scrap some of the debris here. I don't like boarding the station looking for survivors. Sometimes it works out for us, other times it doesn't. So we're gonna get mind control up one more level, and then one more level of power. And we'll actually pick up one more level of reactor power again. And we're doing that so we can get that permanent plus 5% chance to dodge. And now it's into the next sector. Oh, almost clicked on the nebula by accident. That would have been catastrophic. Or bad. We probably wouldn't have died, but it would have been bad. That's the important take-home message there. I don't get it. Why can... Oh, no, it can. I just can't see. This is one of the very, very few complaints I have about FTL. When you mouse over this, it puts up that, like text over top of it, like the overlay, and sometimes it can block the kind of beacon line, but it's such a minor complaint in what is otherwise, like, a really, really amazing game. But it's telling that that stands out. That shows how good the game is, that, you know, I'm like... Oh, this is so frustrating, this one incredibly minor thing. Anyway, yeah, I mind controlled the pilot just to mess with them for a little while. That'll drastically lower their dodge chance, whereas ours still sits at roughly a third. This is the moment of truth. Come on, missile. Whatever, no big deal. Now, burst laser, we are gonna try to land on their weapons right away. Good news, that's all out. And our mind controlled unit is going to die, but they had to invest a lot to make it happen. So that's fine. And, you know, truth be told, that Zoltan's about to die. I could fire on him, but I'd rather just fire on weapons again, keep their missile launcher offline. So we're gonna use an Artemis to try to keep their missile launcher offline, because that didn't work out at first for us. And that guy's very nearly dead. And mind control's gonna be back up pretty soon, so we're gonna go on the piloting system first. And that's gotta get red, basically, which it is. And then mind control will be back up in time, I think, to mind control the pilot. Good luck escaping when the pilot is... No! It went bad. The pilot let them in to repair the system. That's not what you're supposed to do. You know what, we're gonna just use an Artemis to make sure they don't get away. I don't think they would have anyway, but just wanted to make sure. So we get 29 scrap there, and we're gonna keep jumping. What comes next? Third level? No, we're definitely gonna attack the pirate. I think next we'd try to go for maybe third level of mind control, just because it's so powerful early on here. And let's have this Rockman mess with the piloting system, which means the human is going to try to fight him, which means that's not good for them. Now, their weapon systems are active here, but I'm going to go for a different approach and just try to kill their crew members, basically. So we're just going to keep firing in here. And the human's going to be dead in a second. And the Rockman is just... What is the Rockman doing? He just, like, walked away. He's just like, my work here's done. They can do damage to me. But I'm trying to be a hero here and do the interesting way to kill. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure that rock crew member is gonna survive. Crazily enough. But anyway, he's gonna survive long enough for the ship to die. Is what I'm getting at. But does the mind-controlled unit then go to the medbay? Oh no, once the system is dead, he just chooses to leave. So, yeah, you know, we're not gonna be able to kill the crew members before killing the ship. Wait, okay, the mind-controlled crew member's offering me a bribe, huh? That's cute. Sorry, you're dead. That gives us a ton of scrap. Upon closer inspection, you realize the ship under attack was a rebel scout. We'll destroy the script and salvage destroy the ship and salvage it. That was surprisingly difficult to say. We're gonna need all right, send an away party. Added a quest marker to your map. That's good. I I have the crew necessary to sustain a loss if we ended up losing on away party missions. But anyway, just nothing going on here. There's a distress beacon and a quest, but from the quest beacon I can get to the distress beacon. I imagine we'll get some combat here. I am saving up scrap. Oh, we got another crew member. That's awesome, actually. I'm saving up scrap to hopefully soon be able to buy something amazing from a shop if we find one. But if we don't, we'll get that 3rd level of mind control. What I was going to say is actually, if we're going to start killing crew members, the Mantis ship looks like its distress beacon is malfunctioning, likely due to the Lania ship mining their hull and subsystems. Let's attack the Lania ship to try to save them. And we'll hack this guy right here, mind control this guy right here. Why did I do this? Normally I don't like the Mantis, but I think I actually like the Lanius less, if possible. And I didn't think it would be possible. We're gonna send our NG in there to fix the oxygen, obviously. But yeah, okay, again, if we want to kill crew members, we're gonna need things like anti-bio beams, fire weapons, lasers that fire more often, stuff like that. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty unlikely that we're actually able to kill units before killing a hull, because right now we do more hull damage than anything else. So I'm still very pleased with the way this run is going so far, but we do need some more weapons if we're going to take this kind of novel style of play, which I want to do because it would be more fun. And also, it's really effective, especially with mind control. I mean, we have mind control this unit in here, but it doesn't really matter too much in the whole scheme of things. They're all dead. And I guess by killing the crew members, we get more scrap, which is really nice. Now, if we get a weapon pre-igniter, this is where things really turn around. They have a second page. Stun bomb chain laser. We'll buy the chain laser. And does this mean, yeah, it charges faster every single time? Oh, wait. Let me think. This dual shot laser decreases in cooldown the more it fires. It only takes 7 seconds to charge. Okay, we've had this before, so we'll buy that. It took me a second just to make sure that I knew exactly what was happening with that. Do we want any of these? Long-range scanners? I don't really like these, to be honest with you. The shield recharge rate might be useful. Let's buy it just because we don't have any other augments. So, yeah, might as well get something and buy some fuel. Don't need any more crew members. I think that's pretty obvious now. So what comes next? We want to get definitely both levels of weapons up next. So we'll pick up one for now. Probably get a little bit more scrap before we move completely out of the system here. And having even more lasers, again, would be amazing. We have intruders on board right away. Oh, this is always so frustrating. So they're probably gonna go to town on this door system right away, unless I can get the oxygen out before they actually get in. So let's force them to take some time here. In fact, why don't you guys just all get to this side of the ship? It's not like we need shields to be active right now anyway. And we'll start, you know, getting the oxygen out of this part before things really get too dangerous. And again, at this point, I just kind of find this tedious. I should have closed that door. Oh, well. I just kind of find it a little tedious. Because, I mean, boarding is still a cool mechanic. It's just a little annoying to have to deal with it so freaking often. I should have closed this door as well. Yeah, I'm really bad at managing it too, I guess is the other thing. If two of those guys want to come in here and fight, I guess that's okay. There's 4 of us in here. 2 of them are NGs, but we got a Rockman and a human as well. Okay, our sensors are out, so I'm actually a little scared. Why don't we close up like this door so oxygen starts coming back on board? But open this door, and then they'll still have to suffer. Okay, good. People are a little hurt, but that's okay. We'll send them to the medbay after everyone's dead. But we're fine for now. They're not dead yet. They're attacking the piloting system. Are they still... They should still be losing oxygen in there. Oh, whatever. I think they all died now. No? No, they're attacking this door. How is that even possible? They should be dead like 100 times over. They're not even close, actually. Okay, one second. We're going to close all doors if we're just going to fight them. The NGs have to go to the med bay. Otherwise, they're going to die. And we'll actually open all doors to make sure that the oxygen replenishes more quickly. And the med bay has to be powered up. Oh, you can make it. You should also go to the med bay, my human friend. And you should maybe come in here for a second. And when we get healed up a little bit, we'll go back and fight them some more. Preferably not with the NG, but okay, you get in here, and you get in here, and you get in here, and this has been a tedious one, but it didn't really cause any problems, to be honest. These guys are gonna die. We'll start repairing things, close all doors, get the NGs fixing stuff. You go here. Charlie, good fighting. At least we've leveled up our fighting a little bit. If you've been hurt, please head to the med bay, at least briefly. Again, I mismanaged that a little bit. I really hate dealing with the oxygen systems. I'm just bad at puzzle games, I guess. And you'll come back into the med bay. It takes so long for the Rockman to heal. Anyway, good fight, I guess. Didn't really get anything of value at all, but we didn't really lose anything of value at all except our precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright. We'll jump around like a crowded house of pain. Crowded house of pain? I can never recall. Okay, we're obviously going to attack the pirate because that's what we do now, is attack. We should have mind-controlled some of those units that were coming in, I guess, but whatever. We're going to get the Rockman into like a bad place here. Actually, you know what? Just to save myself some hardship, I think I kind of want to mind-control the Lanius crew, because otherwise, he is going to start attacking me. So we're just going to mind-control him, and then he starts attacking the teleporter, which is not good for me from like a, oh, we're going to do like a lot of damage to him context, but it's good for me. Don't need to have Artemis up right now, but it's good for me because at least he's not going to board me or immediately. The missile missed, which is great, so let's go on their weapon systems, make sure they stay down. Good. Mind control's going to run out pretty soon. So with my... Oh, good, he didn't board me. With my weapon systems that I've got going on here, I actually can have Chain Laser going. I just can't have Chain Laser and Artemis going. Alright, so they're screwed. Let's be honest. And the Rockman is basically dead, but there's probably more prudent things for us to attack first. They're gonna die anyway. They're not gonna have a huge dodge chance since they don't have a pilot. And there we go. We got a Chain Vulcan. So I was on the co-optional podcast, and TB told me that the Vulcan is like the greatest weapon of all time. So let me read this. The laser weapon takes a long time to warm up. Each time it fires, it decreases the cooldown, eventually able to take down any number of shields. So it can shoot. It shoots once per charge, but it actually shoots in 1.1 second once it gets higher. So I feel bad about buying the Chain Laser now, but by the same token, this is going to take 4 power, but I think it would be amazing. So we'll probably keep Burst Laser, but we'll get rid of Chain Laser and go for the Vulcan instead. Because to start, wait a minute. How much does it take to get started? 11.1. Burst Laser takes 12, so this will be like 3 shots, 1 shot. What does this take? 16 seconds. Yeah, I think the Vulcan is probably what we're going to want to go with here. So we'll go here and we'll sell the Chain Laser right away. Because we're still strong enough, even if we have just our default stuff, we're still strong enough to do... They have a weapon pre-igniter. They have a weapon pre-igniter. Okay, so we get rid of Chain Laser. Boom, and we get rid of Shield Charge Booster, because it's so worth it to have the weapon pre-igniter. We finally got it. So this means that whenever we jump, our weapons will automatically be pre-charged. It's amazing and wonderful, and I love it. And hopefully we don't get caught here, because I want to demonstrate how effective this can be, especially with mind control. Like, they're like, hey, let's fight these guys. Oh, wait a second. Why is everything screwed? So we could fire an Artemis to start if we wanted to, but I'm not going to. So, suffice it to say, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to actually launch a missile at their piloting system. Are they going to shoot it down? No. I launched that because their crew was already in there, so... I figured why not go to town on them here. And we might actually be able to kill them before we take out the rest of the ship because, yeah, that's a problem. There's not going to be any life forms on board in a second here. Should have maybe used an Artemis to... Ooh, they missed with their missile. Never mind. We made the right decision. Yeah, don't go to the medbay. That would be far too easy. Good, they're all dead. Free fuel. Plenty of scrap. Let's move on before upgrading. Because I do need to invest a lot of points into our weapons right now. A lot of points. Obviously, we will intervene to defend the outpost. They're going to hack us right away. So I'm actually going to launch a missile at their hacking system because we have missiles already charged up, and then Burst Laser can go on their weapons. So I just wanted to make sure that they didn't actually get a chance to hack us. Otherwise, that could be bad. And you can see the value of the pre-igniter here. It's just nuts. Now, I don't know why they would fire their beam, but of course they are. Yeah, so once we get this Vulcan, like, especially being able to skip 1 charge on the Vulcan, that's awesome, because then the second charge is going to be faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and so on and so on and so on, and this is looking like it could be a really, really amazing run. Now, we need to either get down to 1 health and then fully heal to get the B layout, or we need to get down to, well, we need to get 3 other species of aliens at this point. We'll see if that ends up working. They hacked our sensor system. I guess they did have like an auto repair thing going on, but whatever, that was easy enough. 17 scrap and another 34. Oh man, we barely made it. NG-controlled sector. I'm feeling pretty good. They actually had a pre-igniter in stock. I had to spend for it, but man, now that I got it, that's good stuff. So it looks like the next store is at least a few beacons away. So we're going to upgrade our weapons once, because that's all we can. And if we depower Artemis, we're 1 power away from getting the Vulcan up, which would give us 4 shots to start with and not waste a missile part, which I think is ideal. So we need 1 more bar of weapon power, which is only 75. We got a Hermes missile, which might actually be better than the Artemis, but takes way too much power for us to use with the Vulcan as well. So we're going to depower Artemis, power up Vulcan. We need 3 more power. So that would really lower our dodge chance, but, you know, it's like Neo said in The Matrix, right? So you're telling me I can dodge bullets? Oh, there's the store, of course. And then Morpheus goes, no, I'm telling you, you won't have to. Or when you're ready, you won't have to. And that's pretty much how I feel right now. We should be doing so much damage so quickly that we won't need evasion chance until we get the reactor power to deal with it. So I sent in the crew to deal with the alien spiders, and we got some good stuff. So we get our reactor power up. Each bar of reactor power is an extra 5% dodge chance. So far, so good. I'd really like to get into some combat on this sector, considering that's what the ship is built for now. Oh, good. Intruders on deck. A young mantis in a charred uniform is teleported onto the deck. He begs for sanctuary from the NG and offers to serve in exchange for your protection. So we're going to protect him. It might be wrong and we might be too trusting, and he might kill a crew member. But if we're right, then we'll get a mantis, and then we only need 2 more aliens. So we did it, and we got Philippe. He's a nobody, basically, so we're going to put him on doors, just so that he can get us our next level of doors. What do we hack? I think it's a very smart idea. Not hack, sorry, mind control. Very different. To mind control pilot, and then immediately burst laser and Vulcan on weapons. Like so. And as you can see, that's a problem. And then the Vulcan is just going to keep getting faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. You know what? We're actually probably in a situation where we can fire on the crew and just mess with them, so let's try that. They actually shoot down a lot of our missiles as they come in, but I'm really excited to see how good this Vulcan gets as it gets charged up. So I think I can get like a maximum of 7 charges or something like that. And it'll start firing once every like 1.1 seconds. So they actually did manage to land a shot on our engines here. We're causing some problems for them though. Look at the Vulcan now. Look at how fast this thing is freaking firing! Oh, it's wonderful. It's a magical day. That is what auto fire was built for, basically. Our Vulcan actually went offline. That's frustrating. Because it'll probably lose all of its charges now. System broken. Yeah, that's true. Let's just mind control Mr. Shieldy here. They're still going to be able to shoot their weapons at me, which is frustrating, but... I mean, this is meant, I think, to be a little bit of a harder encounter, so I feel like we've done fairly well for ourselves. And we're just going to go... Probably should have gone on on weapons instead of shields, but whatever. And the Vulcan... Yeah, now that they have no shields, the Vulcan's fine to use. We have no power to oxygen for now, which is sensical. Okay. And now we'll power our shields back up, like that. Okay. Come on, Burst Laser, don't let me down here. We gotta go on weapons. Thanks for helping me out, Mind Control Man. So this is good, and especially with the pre-igniter, we get a head start. We got a free augment there. Do we want to get like another bar of reactor power? Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right now. There we go. And this is fine. We'll just wait. Actually, we don't need to wait. This is okay. Let's jump. And we don't need to go to the exit yet. I would still love to go to the store, if only to repair our hull at this point. Free defense drone. I like it. We can still do some jumping here. It's got to be smart. Okay. Well, with the pre-igniter, I think we'll mind control pretty much the pilot every time just to distract them. And then I think we'll burst laser on the shields. Wait till they land, and then we'll start chain firing the Vulcan, or auto firing the Vulcan, sorry, at the weapons so that they can't do anything to us. And with their shields basically seemingly perfectly down, or permanently down, the asteroids are just going to tear them apart. So, yeah, best of luck trying to get away. That is a terrible offer of surrender. That wasn't really indicative of the power that we're eventually going to have, but it certainly did go well. I can't deny that. I guess, can we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we can take this like roundabout path and maximize the amount of stuff that we can get. Oh, another asteroid field. I mean, it makes sense geographically, doesn't it? Who do we want to hack or mind control here? Probably go for the pilot, and yeah, burst laser on piloting system this time. I'll explain why. When these shots land, we'll then get our Vulcan to fire on the weapons, and that's going to cause some serious problems for them. So basically, I'm just kind of trying to terrorize crew and terrorize systems as much as possible. So I do think that it just makes sense to chain fire the Vulcan, basically. We'll get it on weapons, and then burst laser will fire on, like, shields for now. And again, it's probably best to make sure that these are all kind of working in concert with one another, but chain firing the Vulcan seems like the best idea, so I don't completely mess it up. You know what, that's a pretty good deal, so I'll accept it. If I don't chain fire the Vulcan, I won't shoot it. I'll accidentally defeat the purpose of even having it, because I won't get the cooldown low enough fast enough, I think. Alright, got some ion weapons. Drone control unit might not be terrible. Defense drone Mark 1. What do we have right now? Defense drone Mark 1. Well, sure, let's do it. We don't have anything else that uses drone parts right now. So, we'll get a defense drone Mark 1. That's even more missile defense, which is important. And you know, at this point, we could sell one. And I think we're going to have to, because we're not going to get 4 drone power. If that makes sense. Like, we're not going to get 4 power in our drone control unit. And we'll just jump a little bit. You know what? I should actually buy some hull integrity. And that's probably more than I needed. With a backup battery, if we got one, we could keep this defense drone up, but I don't like microing that kind of stuff. So we're gonna attack the ship, obviously, because we start just so strong here. They don't have a teleporter, so obviously we're just gonna hack the pilot. And they have a lot of lasers up, but at the same time, I kind of just want to kill the crew and take the ship intact. But they're gonna have 3 shots. Odds of dodging 1 are not fantastic. Okay, we'll go on weapons. So just burst laser on shields to start with. And then immediately Vulcan on shields. Oh, how could you? Bad miss. Bad miss. So they're going to get a shot here. 1 miss, please. One miss. That's all I need. Hey, good enough. Okay. So again, burst laser on shields. Good. And then Vulcan on weapons. Land. Good enough. That means that now we just chain Vulcan on weapons and basically get ready for the freaking nightmare to start. It only takes until 3 or 4, I think, until it's actually able to just constantly fire, like once every second. We'll see. Maybe it's 7, actually. So at 7, it starts firing more than once per second, which is just ridiculous. Yeah. It's useful to kill crew, but it's perhaps more useful to kill ships this way. I think we're still going to be able to make it to the exit if we handle it this way, and I'd love to get involved in some more combat, so let's see. Nope. What do we need next? I still think we need reactor power to make sure that we get maximum dodge chance that we want, and then a 3rd bar of shields wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Actually, we need a lot of reactor power. Upgrade your sensors in exchange for 38 scrap. Normally, I'd take those offers. The reason I'm not going to take it this time is because it's not really that good to get a 3rd level of sensors, because you can't use it on the... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can't use it on the Federation flagship or Rebel flagship fight anyway. Because, let me just mind control the pilot here. Might as well get the show on the road, right? Yeah, I think you can't use it on the Rebel flagship anyway, so they automatically block that 3rd level of sensors, which to me makes it seem like that's not that important. And really, we are just kind of trying to take out the Rebel flagship. That's what our whole like ethos is built around here. So I should have maybe gone on their weapons, but it's not a huge deal. Just wait for this Vulcan to be charged. And we'll fire the Vulcan right away. The reason we did that is because, again, get that cooldown timer down. Yeah, take out basically all of their weapons except for a totally worthless beam. And now we try getting shields down here with our Vulcan. Or, well, shields down with our burst laser as well. But the Vulcan's going to be a large asset there. A big help, you could say. Because it actually is going to be able to fire... Wow, that's actually a really good offer. The Vulcan, the beauty of the Vulcan, in case you haven't noticed yet, is that it fires fast enough that the shield of the enemy can't recharge the... If there's a hit, the shield goes down and it can't recharge fast enough to avoid getting hit again. So it's really, really useful. Obviously, we have an issue here. Weapon pre-igniter is pretty bad against cloaking, so we're just going to fire as hard as we can on weapons right away, and we'll mind control the pilot again. And then, as soon as possible, we'll try to take out cloaking as well. But let's just auto-fire for now. The reason we want to take out cloaking, faster this fight ends, the better it is for me. Because, if we don't take out cloaking, then we could make ourselves more susceptible to repeated solar flares and fires and stuff like that. Alright, so Vulcan's doing what Vulcan does. Here comes the solar flare. Their missile launcher still isn't up, so I'm not too afraid yet. That's a fire in the sensors room, which is not that big of a deal. Except that our shield member is going to have to get out of there. Or we could use the rock member to put out the fire, but this should work totally fine as well. And now the Vulcan's doing work. Here we go. That'll do it. Our sensors are gone, but that's fine. We don't even... like, you're trying to repair this, and they're just like, shit. I like it. And actually, I know that I've talked about... Let's just get this handled here. I know that I've talked about a number of things that I'd like to upgrade reactor power, kind of chief amongst them. But I would also... Let's just see how long we can wait here. See if we can repair the sensors. I would also love to be able to upgrade our weapons just one more, because if I can start with an Artemis launch, Artemis hits on the shield, and then the Vulcan and burst laser are just even more effective as a result. So yes, we don't have second level of sensors yet, but we will in a second. Sure, promise to help. Repair its targeting system. That's a lot of free scrap. So we're gonna get one more bar of weapon power, then 2 bars of reactor power, so we can do one of those bad boys. Now, I don't necessarily want to use a ton. We're actually gonna get another bar of reactor power, and predominantly we're gonna use that eventually for our defense drone, because we obviously want to have that active. But yeah, I don't want to use too many missiles right off the bat, but with a pre-igniter, if they don't have drones, we basically get a free shot. And if we take out their shields, then Vulcan and burst laser can just tear out their weapons, and then it's over. A Mantis ship here is adorned with rock body parts. It would be a gorier display if they had internal organs, but the message is clear enough. This is a hunter of a very specialized kind. Let's put the rock crew member on the comm. Cave-dwelling Pebble Man, yells the furious Mantis captain. I paint my ship with your companions. I paint my ship with you. Okay. They're gonna try to get aboard here. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take over this Mantis, even though this Mantis is gonna get on our ship. No, now they're gonna have to fight him. That's basically what I was thinking, is like, well, you know, best of luck to you, killing this Mantis with just an Engie. And here's the moment of truth. Completely take out their weapons. Yeah, the engine is now like, okay, if I don't have to fight, I don't want to fight. Probably a very smart idea. They have an ion stunner, which is annoying, but, you know, they've got some problems here, let's be honest. Yeah, piloting system is already out. The NG is now like, what the hell do I do with my life now? Let's kill their pilot. And I'm auto-firing the Mantis, or we should get the Vulcan, sorry, firing on their weapons. Yeah, they're screwed. Why would I even attack the pilot now? There we go. Very, very easy, and if we get missiles back, then it's well worth it. So, plenty of scrap. Why am I going in this order? I do want to go to the store if possible. You never know what kind of good stuff we might find there. I don't know, why would you even fight me at this point? If you saw this ship approaching, you would just be like, you know what, we're gonna, like, just surrender forever. Again, burst laser and Vulcan auto-firing on weapons for a bit here. Basically take them completely offline, except for the beam. They always keep the beam active. What up with that? It's not worth very much at all. So yeah, they're gonna try to surrender, which is smart at this point, because they basically have no chance for survival. Especially, watch this Vulcan tear apart their weapons once it gets to like roughly 5, I would say. Here it comes, on fire, another shot, you're dead. This is a crazy good weapon. I'm so happy to have it. If only it pre-ignited to like 5 charges. Would that be overpowered? Yeah, a lot. Okay, so they have 2 pages. We can't really buy, you know, we could buy what, okay. I know what you're thinking. 2 Vulcans. That would be interesting. Or like a Vulcan and a halberd beam, but anyway. I like the situation we've got going on right now. I don't think we need any drones. We would love to get a cloaking system, though. So we're actually going to sell our defense drone. No, we're going to sell our Hermes missile. And we're going to sell our FTL recharge booster. Just so we can get enough to buy cloaking. Because buying cloaking at this point is super important. It's our final slot, so we won't be able to get hacking. That's fine. We don't have a lot of drone parts anyway. Good. Obviously, this places a little bit of stress on us because we don't have very much reactor power anymore, but cloaking is still important. To be able to just like, okay, watch this. Here's our first shot. So we're going to Artemis shields. As soon as this lands, which it did, then we go on weapons, like so. We should also mind control the pilot. Don't forget about that little song and dance. So there go our shots there, and then we cloak, and they're like, shit, well, we can't even hit them now. And our cloaking's not very good right now, so we don't really need stealth weapons, but I will want to get stealth weapons eventually, because it will, really, really improve the Vulcan ability. Imagine just getting hit by, like, 12 shots out of the abyss. Well, you can't even see the enemy that you're fighting against. Like, this is just, it's just nuts. This is a great ship. Now, it's a wonderful ship. 55 scrap. You know, I think to myself, what a wonderful ship. And I think to myself, what a wonderful... Anyway, I was just admiring the fact that we have the perfect amount of scrap. Let's move on. I really want to write, like, I miss my calling on YouTube. I should be one of those music parody channels. I'd have to, let's be honest, hire a singer. But, 1 second, there's so much stuff to do here at the start. Mind control you. Artemis on the shields. Don't want to use too many missiles, but I am. And then immediately, Burst Laser and Vulcan. We can basically chain fire those for now. And then as soon as they fire, we'll just cloak. It's so unfair to fight against a ship like this. But anyway, I am just gonna keep this up for now. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I missed my calling. I should be a YouTube, like, parody channel. I'm telling you, man, that's where the money is. If there is money. They're in a bad place, obviously, here, but so are we, kind of. Their ship is actually a lot stronger than I anticipated. And we're not really able to do as much damage as I'd like. Their offer of surrender is not very good. Cool. That is fine. 50 scrap, and we got enough missiles back to replace the ones we spent. And we're gonna end up getting involved in some more combat here. Just 1 second. My mom texted me, and I know this is very unprofessional, but these FTL videos go on forever. So she's like, why aren't you returning my calls? Do I have a son? And I'm like, yes, Mom, I'm just addicted to video games. But I'm working, Ma. Okay, so we mind control, then we do this, and it's basically just becoming automatic at this point, but it does the trick, doesn't it? Basically, this is the most unfair ship I can imagine. You're like, hey, I'm gonna attack you, and then somebody just hits you with a missile, and then immediately goes invisible and shoots you with like 7 lasers. And then by the time they come out of cloaking, they're shooting like a laser every like second and a half, maybe. And here comes the Vulcan basically getting to full charge. We're actually not like as offensively crazy as I thought we would be, but do keep in mind that this is kind of like a late game build. Why am I missing so many shots? It's kind of like a late game build because the Vulcan gets so strong as time goes on. So we can just fire this on maybe shields instead. Their pilot is actually like really good. We can cloak a little bit as well. Now their dodge chance is going to be basically 0. Yeah, that's a problem for them. That's actually a pretty good offer of surrender, so I'm going to accept it. I like getting missiles, I like getting fuel. And we could upgrade our ship a little bit. What do we need? More cloaking is always good. I also want to get that next level of mind control. But let's start with 2nd level cloaking and that. And you know what? We can actually go all the way up to 3rd level of cloaking. We still need a 3rd level of shields, and we're kind of getting to the point where we don't have the reactor power to make that happen and get it like a defense drone or something, and have the dodge chance we want to have. But we don't really... I mean, let's put it this way. It's a quality problem to have. We have so many good things that require power that we're like, well, sure. Let me just look at this for a second. But yeah, we have so many systems that require power that we're spoiled for choice. You come across a large trade station, however, as soon as you approach, a warning goes out to all ships. Do not associate with the Federation sympathizer. All who oppose the rebels will be punished. Let's change his mind control. This is not the sentiment you're looking for. Actually, now he became a store, and we can buy a Zoltan here. I don't really want a Zoltan, but we're gonna buy one. Like, I don't want one for our purposes, but I'll buy one. I only have 58 scrap. I only have 58 scrap! Did I accidentally, like, click and buy fuel or something like that? Oh, and we're not gonna be able to get, we probably wouldn't have been able to do it anyway, but that is frustrating. Like, we probably wouldn't have been able to get the layout anyway, or maybe we still could get the layout, but, yeah, that's annoying. Anyway, I basically forgot what I was talking about. That's par for the course, though. He needs a mercenary ship to aid him. Yes, we'll accept it and go to the quest beacon, which is right over here. Really? You're kind of lazy. It was just like inches away. Well, space inches. Light inches. And we find a ship. They've mind controlled us, so fuck you, man. We'll mind control you instead. How do you like that? And with our pre-igniter, I totally feel like we should just fire, but maybe not fire the Artemis yet. We'll see if we land these first, and if we take out their energy shield, we came pretty close. We're gonna cloak here. And then once we break down their energy shield, then we'll hit the weapons with an Artemis, and we should be able to beat them down, basically completely, as a result of the Vulcan. It might take us a little bit longer than average, but I still think we'll be able to do it. Actually, you know what? We're gonna Artemis on shields first. It landed and started a fire, which is basically what I wanted, and now we'll go hard on weapons here for a little while. And I almost want to hit their mind control systems, just because that means I would be able to actually mind control them. I got mind control to the engine room here, so we'll just take them back. That would mean I could actually mind control them, because I wouldn't just waste all of my mind controls dealing with their mind controls. But this is fine. We're going to start doing some damage, taking their stuff offline. No need to use Artemis unless we have to, and almost all their weapons are offline. I think that beam might actually be offline. They're dead. It's over. Good, good, good. I think while we're sitting here, I'm going to send this guy back to the medbay. Angie's in the medbay, my favorite sequel to Angels in the Outfield. Now, do we have anything? There's no store nearby. And to be honest with you, we can't really buy any other systems anyway. All we'd really want to buy is crew. So we're going to close all doors. And I'm going to upgrade, mind control to max level. What comes next? We only have 2 bars of reactor... Oh, we have 3 bars of reactor power left. With 3 bars of reactor power left, 2 of those go into the shields, and then the other one, plus 1 of the power from the engines, then goes into getting a defense drone when we need it. Which we don't yet, but we'll want to use this to defend against missiles. We have a fairly good missile defense system, although I'd prefer a 2nd level defense drone, obviously. So they're going to try to escape right off the bat. So we start with mind control, and we'll mind control their pilot, which is going to make escape pretty difficult. And then we'll land an Artemis on their shields, ideally. I like that combination because it really lowers their dodge chance when their pilot isn't working, so the missile has a much better chance of hitting. And then we're going to land 2 shots on their weapons just so they have no chance to get through our systems. And then we'll cloak, like so. Wonderful. 3rd level cloaking is quite nice. I'm going to send this Mantis in just so I don't have to take anybody else away from any other rooms. And that'll take care of it. I'm going to Artemis on their engine system. Just to make sure that that stays out. And actually started a fire, which is extremely nice. And you guys might as well get to the medbay, heal up just a little bit. We don't really need dodge chance right now. Because they only have we could use dodge chance for bombs, but it doesn't really matter. This is, it's going to be over for them in a second anyway. There's no fire in their weapons room, but their weapons room is basically screwed. Really, dude? Like, I mean, I guess it was the right decision because your ship's about to explode anyway, but 43 free scrap for me. If you want to fight me in the medbay, then by all means, I guess. Come on over. Come on over, baby. This is going to be bad times for you. There you go. You made it. Are you happy with yourself? Please don't destroy my mind control system. Yeah, okay, well, you really did this to yourself, so I'm just going to close the doors. And everybody can go back to the rooms that they came from. Everyone can go back to the rooms they came from. Why is... Oh, Mantis hasn't been assigned to a room yet. You stay on doors, man. 3rd level doors for free is okay. There's a store right there. We can still explore a little bit more. Wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to get more augments. I keep selling them back. Alrighty then. I think maybe we'll just send the Mantis to fight this Q-Man in here. For now, at least. Maybe send the Rockman in as well. They're going to be super low on health by the time they actually make it in here. And now that they have made it in here, we're just going to go hide out in the medbay, which is still powered up, so we won't even have to leave. In fact, is anyone else super low on health? You know, Charlie. Oh, you're the other one in here. We'll just wait him out then. This is basically over. We should be able to leave before a solar flare even happens. So, everyone get back to your rooms. And there's a store, but we don't want to go to it with 55 scrap. If we can get more, that would be better. Obviously, we will approach the station. This is the best case scenario for us. They have nothing already. So I think actually what we're going to do here is maybe Vulcan the piloting system very quickly. Just so that they have much lower dodge chance. Because I assume they had autopilot. And then, yeah, this is borderline already over. I think I fired an Artemis by accident. That was actually me hitting the wrong key. Like a mechanical error, not a conceptual error. So yeah, we actually did take some damage, which is surprising to me, but then the fight was over, so no big deal. And attempt to manually hack into the station? Sure, let's do it. Fleet delayed by 1 jump. That seems useful. Close doors. What do we need next? Next bar of shields. We'll get, we might as well go to the store first. We'll get, some reactor power first, maybe. Or we'll wait till we have more scrap, at least. Hacking stun. All crew inside a room during a hacking pulse will be stunned for the duration. Well, that doesn't help us, but it's nice to know it exists. Backup battery is good, but you have to micro it. We don't want any weapons. I'm gonna use backup battery. And I'm gonna heal up a little bit, too. Yeah. Why backup battery? Because we actually are gonna struggle a little bit from a reactor power standpoint, so I think it's nice to have, especially if I remember to use it. Now, they have found us, but that doesn't really matter to me at all. So where do we mind control? Obviously the pilot. And then the drones seem annoying. So I'm going to fire everything we have to start with on the drones. Even if they end up shooting one of them down, they're not going to be able to get everything down because we're going to fire it all at once. And then as soon as it all fires, there we go. The missile actually hit. We go into cloaking. Normally I would go for weapons, and that missile launcher does scare me. But keep in mind, we're basically free from the problems of them, you know, we'll hit weapons with the Artemis here. We're free from the problems of their missile launcher because of our cloaking. We actually would really, really benefit from stealth weapons. Is it gonna happen? It's a good question. Wow, they actually are doing a pretty good job of shooting my shit down here. Yeah, that's a very nice defense drone. Actually, like, they're completely taking care of the Vulcan, I think is what's happening here. But once their shields are gone for good, they're gone for good. We just gotta land a couple. Man, that defense drone is sweet. Look at that. That's crazy. We can't. Oh, we got through. We got through. We did 1 damage. Okay. Let's mind control pilot again. And just see what they choose to do. Yeah, there we go. They're trying to escape because their crew are dying. The crew can't escape the bum rush here. Land a missile on their piloting system if possible. We've just got so many projectiles that I'm actually amazed that they have managed to stop me here. But their defense drone is doing good work. It's a decent surrender offer, but yeah, you're done basically. Where you go? You're gonna die in there? You're gonna die in. Where are you choosing to die? I basically wanted to kill their crew members before taking out their hull because we get more scrap that way. But whatever. I botched it a little bit. Now can we come this way? This way? Yeah. Okay. So we will. And again, stealth weapons would be amazing if we could get it. You have shields, but that doesn't really bother me. Get an Artemis landed on shields. You can always buy more missiles now. And then all weapons belong to me. They still have a missile launcher. We could launch a defense drone. I don't think it's worth it yet. Just up our dodge chance instead. I don't really want to use another Artemis if possible, though. Hey, wow, you really took out the medbay there. You should be proud of yourself. Those lasers are not going to do anything. Probably should get that 3rd bar of shields up. So many different things on the go. That's okay, though. I haven't even been using cloaking. I mean, we should. The problem is without stealth weapons, Vulcan actually, like, takes our cloaking down so much by shooting so many times. Not that that's a terrible thing. I mean, it's suboptimal, but it's also great to have the Vulcan in the first place, so I feel pretty good about that. Oh, another fight, huh? Okay. Let's see what they got. They got some drones, I'll admit. Let's hack into, or mind control their pilot, as usual. And then we'll fire everything we got at the drone control unit, as we did last time. Will it work? We'll see. Actually, they don't have much in the way of defense drones at all. So now the next Artemis goes on shields. And we'll just keep everything else auto-firing. Just give it a second. Okay, that's a cloak that I think is important. A few too many things for me to, like, pay attention to effectively here. It's okay, though. I'm going to use another missile. We've got a lot, so I feel pretty good about that. And just keep them down here. Not a very good surrender offer, in all honesty. So they're done. Once we get through the shields, the Vulcan just tears them apart. 1 hull damage per second is pretty bad. Pretty bad for them, at least. We won't be able to do the jumps that I want to do, so it is important, I guess, to get that bar of shields up as soon as possible. There's a... And you know what? We'll max out reactor power, too, just so we can get everything going here. Yeah, so we need to take power away from the engines 1 in order to keep our defense drone active. That's fine. I can live with that. I'm just going to jump to the exit. We may or may not be able to do 2 jumps, but it probably won't make the difference in the whole scheme of things. -2 fuel for 2 drone parts actually seems like a pretty good deal to me right now. And the next sector is a civilian sector. Okay, so I feel like we've got everything we need to have. We'll see. We'll see. Having the pre-igniter is so useful because, you know, the rebel flagship starts to hack you. You can just instead launch a missile on their hacking system right off the bat. Although they cloak right off the bat, admittedly. So they're going to try to get away here. That's fine. We're going to mind control the pilot, as we've done many times now. And as soon as that lands, we'll Artemis on the shields. And when that lands, which it should, we'll go to town on the weapons. Like so. And now that those shots are out, we're going to cloak up. Just to give us a little extra time. Now they have no weapons online, their pilot is hacked. It's a pretty bold opening move. You're basically just like, yeah, all your shit's broken. Sorry. That's what we do. The game doesn't play fair, so I don't feel bad about not playing fair either. They still have a dodge chance, they must have autopilot at this point. Autopilot's not bad, I feel, for the Rebel flagship fight, because I just, you know, constantly... let's go on shields now. I just constantly find myself mad at the Rebel flagship fight. Because people die and then I can't man my systems appropriately, but it's fine. This is over, as it always is. And these are supposedly difficult ships relative to the rest of the game right now, at least. Or relative to the earlier part of the game, at least. The thing that worries me the most is, they're gonna hack us here, is drones. Drones are the worst right now. I'm gonna fire everything I've got, even one Vulcan, just to get this energy shield down, hopefully. And they're gonna hack into our weapon system, it looks like, so I'm gonna cloak quickly. And that's gonna keep them at bay. Long enough for me, ideally, to take out their hacking system with an Artemis. So, let's try this bad boy out. This is a little scary. Just give it a second. What should we shoot on with our lasers? They should take out weapons, probably, anyway. But if our weapon systems go down, that's bad. But we might be able to just escape. There we go, we breached their hacking system already. Vulcan, now that they're kind of screwed there, you start going on this stuff. And their shields are down too, so I'm gonna mind control their pilot. Let's get some fights happening here. And I should still probably prioritize keeping that hacking system down, if possible. Come on, here we go. Get through their shields. Oh, this is the good stuff. That was a scary ship layout, but I think we handled it appropriately. And just goodbye, basically. It was fun while it lasted, guys. You put up a decent fight. You may have even done 1 hull damage to us there. And we got an awful lot of scrap as a result of that. So yeah, this store is important. What would be the most important item for it to have? Stealth weapons? It would be awesome to have, like, the duration of cloak that I want. Can't quite do what I wanted to do here, but this is fine. It would be awesome to have the duration of cloak at max and come out of it with, like, +5 Vulcans. Anyway, intruders on board. So they're gonna mind control us, we'll mind control them. Or we'll mind control ourselves back, basically. How do we do this? Everything fires at once. Even though it's just gonna bounce off their burst shield to start with here, or their energy shield to start with here. And it did. And then when they shoot their missiles, we're gonna cloak. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, perfect cloak, I'd say. And now Artemis, we're gonna land on shields. Yeah, that's really bad for them. Probably don't need to auto-fire Artemis anymore. I would say they're basically done as is. And we'll just keep Vulcan going on shields for now. There we go. Now we'll put Vulcan on weapons and keep Burst Laser on shields. And we'll actually mind control their shield people in here just so that it's, like, even worse for them. Many more problems to deal with now. So this is an issue for them, as you might expect. Look at the way their weapons are doing musical chairs there. I like it. They're dead. Even better. I like that even more. And we get a lot of scrap and an ion stunner. Can't really use the ion stunner for anything. It's nice to have some ion damage to start with, though. Is it better than having that first level of Vulcan? Or Artemis? I don't think so. So, 264 scrap. Basically, the reason I went through all that trouble was to have this much scrap for when we go to the store here. And they have emergency respirators and drone recovery arm. Truth be told, might be a good idea to get drone recovery arm. Might as well max out our missiles. And what else? Then we upgrade a little bit. What should we do? We should upgrade our subsystems. Battery, getting it to max level seems smart. Getting, trying to think of what else we would want to do here. 3rd level sensors is basically meaningless, I think. 3rd level doors is basically meaningless because we have the crew. We can always just pick up, like, 1 level of oxygen and 1 level of, med bay. Reason for this is so that we can actually You know, again, micro our power levels a little bit, and we do have the battery, so the battery actually gives us 4 extra power when we need it. And you know what? It's not the worst idea in the world to get like 1 more bar of engine power, I think. The reason I say that is because if we use the backup battery, then that can raise our evade chance by 10%, which is actually pretty substantial. So, why don't you get back here? You're in the sensor room, and we're good to go. So save layout. All right, we're almost on the final sector. The Rebel flagship fight. I think it's gonna go fine, to be honest with you. This is, since we have a pre-igniter, this fight is actually kind of a joke. So we'll just go on weapons first. Sure, let's Artemis. With 34 missiles. Yeah, let's Artemis their piloting system. Why not? Oh, okay. And when they're about to fire, we'll just cloak, but I don't think they're going to have much of a chance to do anything here, so... Sure. Maybe I'm wrong? Nope, we ended up taking them out. That's fine. So, Vulcan's going to start tearing them up. In the meantime, maybe we can actually jump out of here before the fight, or before the solar flare hits. They're 57 scrap. At this point, I really just want to buy augments. Because there's not really anything else that is in my wheelhouse that we can even really use. This is going to be a long and annoying fight, I can tell already. So, what do? We fire everything we've got at them to start with. Just see. Didn't even come close to taking out the energy shield, so I'm just going to wait for like 1 more Vulcan shot to come in. And then we will mind control, ideally. Oh, we gotta hit him with something. There we go. Then we'll mind control. And we'll mind control the pilot, because he's a mantis and he's the pilot. And then we'll shield, or sorry, cloak. Then we'll cloak. So if they shot anything at us, best of luck. But apart from that, we're just gonna have a lot of time here to get our Vulcan back up, or at least a little bit of time. We do come out of cloaking super, super quickly now that I have, fortunately, you know, got high Vulcan charges. They're firing a lot. That was like 5 shots, but they all missed. I got very lucky. You need to auto-fire Vulcan. It's firing like once a second here, so feel bad for that NG. We're not going to accept surrender here, because it's, I mean, A, they didn't offer enough, B, these fires are not in bad positions, and C, they're the ones who started it, so this is what you get. We don't even need scrap for anything, except stealth weapons from this store. I still have 1 space for it. Fire suppression, you know? Fire suppression seems pretty good. But is it better to have a swarm missile? Let me close out of this for a second. Can I upgrade weapons 1 more? It would cost 100. This would let me have a swarm missile, but that's like a charge missile launcher, right? So it wouldn't be ready to go right off the bat. But when it is ready to go, it would fire 3. Sorry, let me look at this. So it's 1. Let me go back to the... Close these doors. Let me go back to the ship. And... Oh, sorry. Let me go back to the store. That's what I meant to say. But I would love to get fire suppression as well. Okay. Swarm is a charge. It takes 7 seconds. In 21 seconds, we could have 3 missiles. I'd rather just have 1 missile and not have to spend all this and be able to buy this instead. I know we have cloaking, but we have kind of competing desires right now, because I don't want to wait for Swarm to be ready inside of the cloak, because then Vulcan is not getting the maximum power that it should. So I'm not really even taking a gamble here. I'm just saying that... I think the smartest idea for me is to kind of stick with what we've got, but improve ourselves a little bit with our, fend for yourself, attack, and escape. Absolutely. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying there, because I'm having trouble articulating it. Basically, I have a strategy that works right now. Let's just objectively improve ourselves by getting fire suppression, rather than possibly mix something up by picking up the swarm. And actually, if we want to get 1 more bar of weapon power, we could make do and use it for an ion stunner blast right off the bat, which would maybe help us get through the shields just a little bit faster to start with. So we did the standard operating procedure here. Let's get a missile launch there. They're actually going to intrude upon us, which is quite rude, but we'll go in on their... we'll start by going in on shields, just because they shouldn't be able to do any damage to us anyway over top of our cloaking. So we're just going to wait for them to shoot. Oh, actually, you know what? We're not even going to wait for them to shoot. We're going to wait for them to charge. And we're going to put Vulcan on weapons here, and we'll just try to keep their shields down. When they eventually shoot, which they just did, we will, you know, exercise our quick time event rights. And that allowed me to completely dodge their shots. And they're basically screwed now. I mean, par for the course. Should be using the backup battery more effectively, if for no other reason than to practice it, but it's fine. They're done. I love this right here. Just, like, look at their weapon system. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, well, one of them wasn't a bam, but what can I say? I'm not Emerald Lagasse. Cool. I don't know if we can do another one like this, so I think what we're going to do is actually ship up, get one more bar of weapon power. Might as well have the ion stunner able to run. It's going to take one bar of engine power away, but again, we have a backup battery. So I'm just waiting for mind control to be back. I think it'll just be back when we go to the next sector anyway. All right, last stand. I'm starting to feel like we've got a pretty good chance of winning this one too, to be honest with you. We'll see, though. Got 10 fuel and some hull repairs. There is no store, which is unfortunate. I really hate that those repair beacons disappear after the first phase of the fight, by the way, but whatever. All right, so Ion Stunner and Artemis both come in on shields. We'll see if those hit. Well, one of them did, and then Burst Laser and Vulcan and Mind Control the pilot, and then they shot a missile at us, so I'm gonna cloak. They didn't shoot a missile at us. What was I thinking there? That's weird. Don't auto-fire the Artemis, please. That's not necessary yet, but you can auto-fire this and this. So that's a shield drone. That's okay. I don't see many problems coming here as a result of this. Here we go. Their weapons have been taken out except for the flak cannon. The flak cannon does scare the shit out of me, don't get me wrong. But pretty soon that Artemis is going to be firing like crazy. I don't see their shields coming back from this. Good, good, good. And we could probably kill some of their crew members, to be honest with you. Or all of their crew members. They're going to give us 4 missiles. We don't really need scrap at this point, so I kind of feel like taking the missiles is the right option. So we're just going to get over here, and then we should be able to fight them in like 2 beacons. That one went well. We made money. This one, more people are on our side. Okay, so we're not going to have any attacks there, I guess. And we're going to be ready to fight the Rebel flagship. This should be interesting. Improved sensors. Sure. We found the Rebel ship. They're going to hack us right off the bat. So what do? Mind control the pilot. Artemis on the hacking. Is it actually going to land is a real question. Yes, and what did they hack? They hacked our oxygen? But their hacking system's going to be offline. Okay, then the Ion Stunner constantly auto-firing on shields. See if it lands. It does, and then Burst Laser and Vulcan starting on weapons. And then we'll wait. Oh man, that's really good. We started a great fire there. Good, and now we'll go to shields quickly. And we don't need to cloak until they shoot at us. And we don't need to cloak until they shoot at us with their missile. So, just get these auto-firing. Missile launcher isn't even online yet. We should still be able to take out their shields, even though they have a shield drone. Oxygen fell a little bit, but that's okay. Even though they have a shield drone and like 3 or 4 bars of shields, we should be able to take out their shields with the Vulcan. That's how powerful it is. They're gonna surrender. That's just not good enough. I think maybe we'll get something better here if we just keep it up. Lots of people dying already, and their ship is dead as well, which is the worst for them, probably. Nah, we just got more scrap. Okay, into the repair station and also to fight the Rebel flagship. Should be interesting, to say the least. They're gonna hack right off the bat. Backup battery. Backup battery gives us the dodge chance, and we'll get a defense drone active for the first time. What do? I think we cloak as they're about to come in. As the hack's about to come in. Yes! We shot down their defense drone. Oh, sorry, their hacker. And we shot down their other one. So here they're about to come out of their cloak, and that's when we'll start firing. And what do we want to go on? This is a very important question. I think we've got to take out shields as soon as possible, then Vulcan can just tear them apart. So Ion Stunner, Artemis, Mind Control. Let's Mind Control the dude in the missile room, shall we? I always forget which room has the missiles, though, so we'll wait on that for just a second. Actually, you know what? We'll Mind Control the pilot. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give it a second. See if these shots land. They did. And now we'll Burst Laser and Vulcan the shields quickly. Didn't quite do the damage I wanted to. Now get ready for their missiles to come in, because that's when we get the hell out of here. We're fine. There we go. So that's where the missiles come out of. We're just going to get the hell out of the way there. Artemis is going to go on shields. Vulcan's going to go on shields. Lots of stuff's going to go on shields here. Oh, this is pretty nice right now. Our defense drone is basically making it impossible for them to hack. Good news. Vulcan's getting charged up. They did like 4 ion damage right there. That's scary. That's not good for us. We can still see inside of their ship, I guess because of this mind controlled unit. Okay, they started to do some damage. Engie, you're gonna get over here and fix this breach. Why does their cloak last so freaking long? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll cloak for a second after the Vulcan fires. which it did. And this just gives us a little bit of a respite here. Mind control's gonna be back eventually. Why am I missing so much? Oh, because their pilot's back, and he's good, apparently. Seriously, just get shields down a little bit. Just land it. Here comes the moment of truth. Land a couple shots here. We started a fire. That's pretty good. Mind control's back in a second. We're gonna mind control pilot again so we don't miss anymore. There we go. Or we miss less anyway. And then you know what? Artemis on the missile launcher. Oh, we're not gonna be able to dodge too many of these, probably. Ooh, okay, NG, come repair this nonsense. Backup battery, come up. Where do we put our points? We don't have any place to put them yet, but we'll put them in dodge chance in a second. Okay, sensors are down. That's actually a good place for that shot to land if it has to land. Now, they don't have any shields, so we're just gonna Vulcan their cloak first. Probably the nerdiest sentence I've ever uttered. Vulcan's not auto-firing. There we go. Why is Vulcan firing so freaking... Oh, because they're cloaked. You dummy. I was like, why is Vulcan firing so slowly? I don't get it. Hold 75%. So we're gonna wait for their missiles to come in. Yeah, we gotta take out their cloak. So here comes Vulcan. It hits. Their ions are coming in. I'm gonna dodge them because they've been super annoying so far. Maybe even more annoying than the missiles, which are currently injured. So next shot, we're gonna put in on the missiles. Good. Next shot, burst lasers coming in on the shields to impact their crew members and keep the shields down. Good, they're stunned as well. I like that. Next shot, next shot on the oxygen, because it doesn't matter. They're dead. Good fight, good fight. A little bit scary for a little while there, but we worked it out. Now, what do we need? You have to get into the med bay, no question about it. Need third bar of shields back, which is going to require a little loss of engine power. Everyone else relatively strong. I'm pleased with that fight, believe it or not. Could have gone better, I think, but it went relatively well. What scares me now is the fact that we're going to be up against the drone ship, and that's really what the might as well go to this repair station. Maybe the repair stations don't disappear after the first beacon, but anyway, got lots of good stuff there. No stores available. The drones are really what scares me because they can actually shoot down everything that we fire in, but it doesn't appear like they have that many. So again, mind control on the pilot seems smart. They have no cloak anymore. Ion stunner on the shields, Artemis on the shields, and everything on the shields just to start with. Just because that will give their defense drone too much to handle. They're gonna get something, but not enough. And then when they start shooting, oh man, Mantis can fight him, that's fine. Mantis and Rockman, come on in. Then when they shoot their missiles, again, we will definitely make sure to cloak. Just pay attention to that. We actually shot down their defense drone, which means Artemises are free to go. Get ready. Our medbay's getting hurt, but that's fine, because it's also powered up. Yeah, this is going fine. No missiles yet? She might just want to cloak out of this one. Yeah, probably should have. It's okay, though. Artemis again. Let's get Artemis on the missile launcher, actually. We're doing enough to the shields. Ooh, that's a number. That did a number on us. Fix up the med bay. NG, you get in here and fix up the cloaking. And everybody else, we'll just cloak up for a second here while we've got a chance. And once the med bay's, once the breach in the med bay's fixed, do you see this drone bullshit that they just pulled out here, by the way? Just give it a second. Our doors are basically inactive, so we're gonna send the Rockman in here to help put out the fire with the Mantis, and we can always micro them. Make sure to oh, you know what? We should fire on the freaking drone control unit, you dummy. Especially now that they have, like, 2 crew members left. Because that's the only thing that could really, like, irrevocably kill us at this point. We're kind of safe, but also kind of scared. If the drone control unit goes out, that's the end of their lives. And it's already injured, so if... Oh, we can't cloak out our way out of that missile. Why am I not using a defense drone for this fight? Well, they haven't really fired anything at me, I guess. From that respect. Good shot. You stopped one of them, at least. Send the NG in here to repair this, and you just... Okay, we killed them. We killed them. They got away. We killed them. They got away. A little bit of both. Okay. Just get these breaches fixed up. Get everything fixed up, if possible. Why does the engine man always end up so hurt? That's a very good question. Oxygen's gonna be fixed in a second. Everybody's gonna go back to their situations where they want to be. Well done. Okay. Good fight. Good fight. Now, onwards to this. This will be the last fight, and I think we've got a very good chance of winning, to be honest with you. We got the items we need. Alright, so first things first. Mind control our own unit. Get him back. I don't want to deal with that. If we can just use mind control to cancel their mind control, it's fine by me. Now, backup battery. Get your engine power up a little bit. What else? Ion stunner. Artemis on shields. Get those taken out. Actually, we're firing everything right off the bat here, because that will take out their energy shields ideally. We're going to wait for those missiles to shoot, and then we hit the cloak button. Very important to, for once, actually be vigilant about that. We could try to get out of the way of that one, but no, we'll wait for the missiles. Oh, here they come. One of them hit because I think I hit the button too late. What can I say? I'm the world's smartest man. And we're doing good work on the shields here, but we got to keep it up. In a second, intruders detected. Oh, it's another mind control. That's all right. We'll take him back. If we take out their mind control system, we could basically just kill the only remaining crew member on here. But I'm mostly worried about just keeping my own self alive. But you know what? Just to mix it up, let's keep throwing the Artemis on their on that last remaining weapon room, because I feel like we're in a pretty good position right now. And we'll just... Oh, they're done, right? Like, this is bullshit, but they're still done. This is it. We won! Another good run! That one was almost too easy with the pre-igniter and the Vulcan, but in any case, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to show your support. Click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. That's apparently our best run ever, much to my surprise. We got most ships defeated, most beacons explored, and most scrap collected. Again, thanks for watching. These are long episodes. Click the like button if you enjoyed. It helps out a great deal. And subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.